I'm sorry, buddy. I know we were like best buds, but you've been really sus the last few minutes. Welcome back to Commentary. I am Ari, and we are playing a class trip gone horribly wrong, which means Danganronpa 2. Goodbye despair, but we're going through a lot of despair, I can promise you. Please read my warning right after this intro, and we're gonna continue the game where we last left off.
Be weird for a knife to be in there too.
That's what I was thinking.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way.
The knife was brought in in the duralumin case along with the night vision goggles too? No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it with... Oh, maybe it was... Wait, that's main dish. Duct tape? It's either... I think maybe it was under the table with duct tape. Like maybe it was taped to the table.
I see! There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found. Huh? Duct tape? They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder.
Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
Oh man.
You think so too, right, Hajime?
Right. Byakuya probably knew there was... Can you just read? There was a possibility that the murder could occur because of the envelope. Where is it? Murder threat, this one.
I can prove it with this. Everyone, can you please take a look at this?
Be careful, the first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone.
Hey, the hell is this? Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage. It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
Wasn't me!
Are you sure?
The only lies I tell are friendly lies!
Those are still lies! It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So, Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter. What do you mean? By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act. But the letter might have been just a little prank. As As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something about it without telling anyone?
See, strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter? Well, obviously, the killer.
Killer. Is it really one of us? Who is it? Among us, who's the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward!
If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles. But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
Wait, but if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife...
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used the mark. I know what that is. Because of this mark, the killer was able to get the knife from under the table into his hands with glowing paint.
I see! What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark. In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint? It's as if they knew the blackout was going to happen.
They had to have already known.
That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark.
Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
Exactly.
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Pekoyama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? Was this island not big enough for two glasses wearers?
Not the killer.
Oh, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
But with Pekko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Pecco's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened? After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing. If we call the weak spots you've seen up to now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots. When shooting agree spots with truth bullet, you need to flip your way of thinking. Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullet that proves the other person's testimony to be correct. When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logical, sound agreement. So we can be like, yeah, I second that, and I have the evidence to back it up, basically. Isn't it a little hard in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press start button, yeah, okay. Good luck, have fun. Ah, sorry, going to get more stressful. Oh, we got a lot of accounts. So what's the argument about again?
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout.
Okay, wait, let's actually look at their testimonies for a second. So, Ibuki's account, I think? About what everybody said. So, Two's account is about the kitchen and which one account?
What happened to your guard duty?
Nikumaru's account. Oh, the bathroom.
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
Wait, what? Just from listening to Pecco's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Since Pecco was in the office, she could have caused the blackout at any time.
That's impossible.
Huh?
But where would she have gone? I guess the only thing makes sense that she went to the bathroom, I guess?
Because I was not in the office.
But she doesn't want to say it because it's
Not
embarrassing?
even before the blackout.
I agree with that.
I hope that's correct.
No, I think Pecco is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Pecco.
It's nothing like that at all. Nikumaru's account is actually Pecco's alibi.
So I guess I was correct. I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open. But she should have told us if she can't guard it, because she's sick.
Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time, shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up, after Byakuya's body was discovered.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually...
Everyone else besides Pecco was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Pecco.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
Yeah.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. Shit. Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust
Oh dear God.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time. Did you get food poisoning or something?
Yeah, I was suspecting that too.
As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my stomach. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred.
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Oh my God, can you just fuck off?
Seriously, stop it. But still, your stomach pain. Was that really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially if you didn't do any investigating.
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence?
What I mean is it possible someone slipped her some laxatives?
Oh.
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
But how would he target her? That must have been like just a sudden... How would he make sure that only she ate it? The question is whether Pecco's stomach ache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically. Oh damn. Not the embarrassing pose, acetylma, everything like party favors, maybe?
Did you eat anything weird?
Yeah, they were the only one that
Remember
ate
anything weird?
party
Now that
favors.
you mention it,
He brought food to the office, right?
Yeah, she and Akane ate.
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Taro cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that. Laxatives would ruin the taste.
Whether Peko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first.
Did you eat anything weird?
I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it... You brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall.
There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you
Yes.
think?
In the party with us?
No,
There
that's
might
wrong.
have been laxatives.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Peko wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of
Oh
it too.
yeah, oh yeah. So okay, so I thought maybe we all were supposed to get, like, you know, the running disease. But I guess no, that Akane is fine proves that Peko has not eaten laxatives.
If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
Yeah.
I feel totally fine.
I said that the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing...
Oh yeah, I wasn't agreeing, I was disagreeing, right?
Fuyuhiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation.
What the fuck did you say, bitch?
Is this bickering?
Let's just dismiss Peko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout. Yeah. We already know that, you trashy skank. You don't have to tell us. Trashy skank?
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So we need to make it clear how the blackout occurred. Oh, we don't have the ACs?
Who tripped the breaker and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'm gonna bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
Maybe they used a remote control?
No, I'm the storage room.
Probably messed with the breaker.
Messed with the break.
It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with the power supply and transmitters.
Or maybe they caused a power surge?
Yes,
I agree with that.
yes, that sounds good. I think that's the right one.
It's just as Mayu said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally. Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout. When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right?
So by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah.
Actually,
It seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
I guess our friend Nagito is not the killer. Because he had no, like, he did not have to tell us that the irons were on. If he actually was the killer and he put them on to have a power surge, he would not have told us that he switched them off, right? Or did we notice it? Did we notice it? Oh, there's lots of stuff here. Irons. These are irons. Were they used to prepare the tablecloth? If so, why do you need 3? I should head over. Okay. Are these irons? It looks like they were recently turned on, but why are there 3 irons in this ironing board? Just as I thought, your eyes don't miss a thing. When I was looking for Byakuya after the blackout, I also found these irons, but when I found them, all 3 of them were turned on. Oh, to make the blackout, right? So you turn on all the irons, and then you turn on the AC and like everything that has electricity basically to make a blackout.
Yep.
It would be bad if another blackout happened, so I turned them off. But doesn't this feel kind of sinister?
Stupid fool!
Oh, what? hell?
Hold on a second, let me speak too!
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the blackout?
Yes.
That's inexcusable!
What? Why?
If the irons in the storage room caused a blackout, then for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to... And that means everyone who was in the dining hall when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
I can't back down.
Duel? Oh my god. Oh, I failed. Shit.
If the irons in the storage room caused them for the killer to turn the irons on, you're saying they went all the way to the storage, and that means everyone who was in the dining when the blackout occurred can't be a suspect.
Okay, this time I'm wrong.
No, just because people were in the dining hall doesn't mean they're not a suspect.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to cause the blackout. If the irons caused the blackout,
Oh no, I wanted to shoot.
then the killer
I
had to go
was
to the
late.
storage room before that and turn on the iron. Now do you intend to take back what you said?
No. It's true the irons were responsible for the blackout, but that's not the trigger.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to... If the irons caused them, the killer
Oh,
had to
shit.
go to the storage room
I
and turn on the iron. Now do you intend
lost.
to take back what you said?
I lost.
But the people in the dining hall weren't able to... If the irons caused the blackout...
That's where I need to hit.
Allow me to cut through those words.
Oh my god, this is, I'm not even sure if you can understand it as a
Irons are
watcher.
just one reason the blackout occurred.
It's so much
They
at
weren't the direct trigger.
it's so much at the same time, right? What he's saying. I hope you got the gist of it. So basically, what he was saying was that the killer would have had to go to the storage room, turn those on, and then it would have been a blackout, which means he wouldn't have been in the room. Yeah, the irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't direct trigger, because he was saying that, yeah, anyway.
The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Ham Hands died around that time too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see. I understand. Indubitably.
Indubitably?
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
If so, even if Pekka was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout, indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too.
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it. Dun dun dun! Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know?
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet!
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. Even so, if I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time. Maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker in the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to reach. Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter what.
Wait, that means the killer was not even in the office. They just hid under the floorboards then. Because the ACs would trip on 11:30, regardless of what was happening, right? They just had to put on the irons at the right time, like around that time, a bit before. And that's it. I didn't even think about that. I thought the guy oh my god, I really thought that you had to go to the office to activate it, but no, it's a timer. It's just gonna activate on its own.
Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually find them.
It's alright. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all.
Why is he talking about everybody else?
In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you have been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Huh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred. But the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
What are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killing. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Has anyone thought about our situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Oh no, is he the killer? And he wants us to believe that he's innocent, and then we're gonna die in it? Oh my god.
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all just give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this. There's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do this either.
Me too! Please, take me home already! I want to go home and eat candy!
What the hell is wrong with her?
Stop it. If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna...
Guys, don't lose it.
Everyone calm down.
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
He's so sus right now.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one.
That's wrong. I think.
Did you say something?
Because we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is.
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think.
I see. Then care to tell me, what's this clue you're talking about?
First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout.
Yeah.
Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark.
No, not that. I mean before that.
Before? Is she asking how the killer got close to the table? If they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint in order to do that, they needed to get close to the table while it was still dark.
Let's try examining the situation. My hero's diagram might be useful here.
I mean, I already know who's standing close to that table.
The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Yep. Just as I thought. This diagram was the clue. Nagito is like strangely standing off of the food tables, right? Like he's standing by the lamp, by the table where it happened. Not saying he's necessarily the killer, but you know. It's clearly shown in this diagram. First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to the table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. Now I remember. Hajime pointed out that when he got this map, that I'm not sure how she's called again, but that she drew the cable of the lamp, and she thought, and they both thought it was probably important, but they don't really know why. They just had a feeling. He probably used the cable of the lamp to guide, like to pick it up from the floor and guide himself to the table, right? That would mean the person standing closest to the table and the cable is the killer. Or like, at least the one who planted the knife. Which means it would be Nagito. Can I take the cable?
Here!
They used something to guide them in the dark.
Someone must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
Desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something.
There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord.
I can prove it with this. They didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord.
Power cord?
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table and use the glowing paint to find the knife.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Ooh.
The only person here who could have possibly done it. I'm sorry, buddy. I know we were like best buds, but you've been really sus the last few minutes.
You're the only one! Nagito, it was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging from everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito!
That's just a coincidence.
But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table?
Nagito's chance to hide the knife under the table was when he was cleaning.
I see!
Oh,
Nagito,
damn it, bro!
Weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously! That's all just a coincidence!
Maybe, but maybe not.
If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
But why would he show me all the clues? Why?
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
Wait, if that's true, if all of this is true, he's insanely smart for like predicting all of this. To go through the trouble of preparing all of this, just what did you think would happen? Whoever draws the chopstick with the red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our bar and tried to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind.
You're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Uh-oh. Alright.
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death! How wonderful! How beautiful it is!
Oh my god, what the fuck? Are you like an ultimate fanboy? Or like an ultimate stalker? Like he knew everybody's ultimate too, right?
Huh?
Those eyes. At that moment, Nagito's eyes, the darkness in his eyes shone brightly. How can darkness shine? As if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other. As if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.